So this time we'll be looking at what we call styling. Styling is an approach that gives you leverage to what we call global edits. Styling comes in two forms, either in color or in fonts. Now we'll be looking at in this video, not to make it too long. The most important part of it is especially in colors. You can define the fonts that you'll be using from the onset. Color itself cannot be initially completely decided, so the color can be subject to change at different times. So working with this part of which I call hand in mind is a part that gives you leverage to global edits. So you can decide the color for your headers, that is your headings. You can decide the colors for your buttons, and you can design the colors for your body text. Subsequently, you want to change the color of your header. Say subsequently, you want to change the color of your buttons. Say subsequently, you want to change the color of your body text. You have leverage. So this part of styling, especially in colors, helps you to change whatsoever you want to do in terms of color without respect to time. So how do I go about color or styling, color styles this time around? So first thing first, your colors must have been established. When I mean established, at least the colors you want to use initially should have been created. These are my color schemes. Now, if you don't have a color scheme, or probably you don't know the color you'll be using, most times it's actually decided from the design you'll be doing. One, if it's for a company, if they have an already established color. Two, so this part of establishing a color scheme is kind of a part where you just choose something initially to start with. Just as I said, you can choose the color for the body tests. You can choose the color from this my color scheme for the buttons, and yet you can choose your color for your CTA. That is action buttons, and yet you can choose the colors for your header. So from this, we'll see how we'll go about it. After I've established this, I've decided that this is the color I'll be using in the entire screen designs I'll be doing. Since one of UI design principles is that color must be consistent. So how do I go about it? For instance, now I'm starting from the bottom. I click on this box here, come to my fill. I'm not changing the color here, I'm not changing the percentage, I'm not hiding or removing. What I do is I click on this icon here, style. Now after I've clicked on that, on this part of color styles, notice this plus icon here, click on it. As soon as I click on it, this dialog box appear. What is it asking me to do? I'm naming it as header. I'm naming it as header simply because I want it that everywhere I have a heading, it should be my color, the color I'll be using. So I can describe what I've just explained here if I choose to. For instance, I'm cool with it now. I just click on create style. It's showing header here. So it's paramount you give it a name that you can readily remember. This color here, what am I making it for? Okay, I want to make it as a color for my buttons. So I click on this icon here, not here, as I said before, not here. Click on this icon here called style. At this dialog box that appear, click on the plus. Then what do I do here? I name it as buttons. I click on create style. The same thing for this. I click on plus. What am I using this color for? Let me say I'm using it for my body test. body text. Click on create styles, and this one will be my whites. Now anywhere I want to use whites, this way I'll give it white. Click on this icon here, click on plus, and I click on what? I type out whites. Right, so when I'm done, I just click create style. Now I'm done. As soon as I click on the paste board, now take note of what happens. Everything on my design panel with respect to color styles change with respect to the names I just created. Are you seeing the part of header, buttons, body text, and whites? Step 1. We are done with that. I can choose to delete this if I want to. It doesn't change. It doesn't add any effect to this. So let's start applying it and see the essence of what we are doing. I agree here is what the text. So on the norm, I recommend that this part should have been set. Having this your color scheme or color styles should have been set before you won't start your design at all. Should have been set before you start your designs. So it's fine. This is an hand-in-mind approach. So I like signing. Come to my field. I'm not clicking on any of this either. I'm clicking on this icon style. As soon as I click on it, if I bring my cursor on top of them, you will see the name header. The same thing buttons, the same thing whites. But now this is what I want. I just click on header. I'm done with that. The same thing with this. Come here, header. Okay, fine. The body text. This is my body text. So click on this icon. Same thing for this. Text. Okay. Same thing for this. Let me rush through these things. Okay, now done using my color schemes that I've created. And as you can see now that all this side is designing my wish list is my my header. The buttons is carrying the same color. And yet the body text is carrying this lighter red. And again, what else again? My whites. You see, I think I've not changed these whites. Okay, now I'm done using the color schemes I've created with respect to color styles. Now let's now see the much leverage we have in this sense. Say for instance now, I decided that, my client comes in and said or say that the red I'm using is far from it, or probably is supposed to be changed to kind of a variation of green. Or he wants to change the entire color of the entire thing with respect to the names, the body text, the buttons, and the words, and the header. Now, on a norm, if I've had multiple screens, like 100, 200, and so, it would be cool bar some for me to start changing them in bits and in bits. So it's easier for you to use this portion here, where you change their color with respect to what you use. For instance, now signing my wish list, if I want to change the color, I don't really have to start changing it here again. Since I've had it as a color styles, what I just do is come in here on my design panel and click on this icon called edit style. As soon as I click on it, this same dialog box appear. So with it, it's asking me, did I want to change the name, of which I can, or do I want to change the color or even its percentage, or remove it entirely. But now it's just the focus here is I want to change the color. Say for instance, I'm changing the red to probably a darker form of green. Click on this icon here, to green here. Come into green. Now this is the portion we are using. I'm cool here. I want to take on the slider. Now let me say I'm increasing it, I'm lightening it up a bit. Now close. Take note of the changes that have occurred. Even down to my color scheme, it has changed. Now the same thing applies for the body text. Say for instance, I want to change the color of my body text. I click on what? My body texts. Click on edit styles. Come in here and see what am I changing? See the same green but the lighter form of it. And it's already somewhere here. And I want to close it. I see this the quick change that has occurred. Say for instance, I want to change the same thing as this part here, that is the buttons. I come in here, click on what? Edit style. What am I changing it to? It's the same green, but a different variant of it. Let's say I have it a bit dark. Cancel. Now it's important to take note that any of them that does not take respective change is a direct function of it not being a part of the link. You get? A link can be created by using a style, and a link can be broken by breaking the style. Say for instance now, signing now, I don't want it to be a part of the link. If I click on it, if I come down to where my field is, you take note first that probably quite a number of persons have the struggle that, they can't find field again. Now, it's not as if they can't find field again. It's just that field has been under a link, a color link. That is what a style per se. So this is it here, and this is the link here. So it's asking me, do I want to detach or remove? If I detach now, it's no longer a member of the link. See what happens when I will change the colors. Now I come to my header, I come to edit styles. Now see, if I'm changing the color to something different, to probably blue, see what happened. My wish list changed, but this one did not change. Let's say I'm changing it to a brighter version to depict contrast, so that we'll see what we are doing. I seen it. It changed, but signing did not change because of what? There's no strong contrast. So what I can do here is to bring it part of the link. I have to click on signing. I have to click on signing again. Come into this part. If you click on this icon, as in it's my color here. Are you seeing it now? Now let's see what happens when I change the entire color. Come into my header, come into edit styles, come into field, and see what happens. I see the respective change that occurs. I see it. So a link can be created, a link can be broken. It's all a direct function of color style. So I expect that you work in this regard to help you work smartly. I look forward to seeing you subscribe to this channel in the next video. Thank you very much.